Okay, so today we're going to continue with our lessons. Okay, we're going to talk about probability exercises. Okay, so this lesson can be found on page 112 on your books. Okay, and in case you want to read, okay, the properties of probability, okay, and that would be better. Okay, I will place it also on this video. Okay, at the end of the video. So make sure to check it out. Okay. So when we're talking about probability, we're talking about what are the odds or what is the percentage of an event having the result that we are looking for. Okay? Now, when we're talking about probability, we have to talk about this formula. Okay? This formula right here. Okay? When we're talking about probability, this is the formula that we're going to use. Okay? So the probability of an event, okay, P representing probability, okay, and E of a random event. Okay, when we're talking about random events, that means that we can have any type of result. Okay, for example, when we toss a coin, when we're talking about a deck of cards, when we're talking about a rolling a die, okay, those are random events. Okay, because it can happen, any result can happen. Okay, so when we talk about probability, we talk about the percentage or the odds of something happening. Okay, so when we use this formula, okay, when we have the probability of an event, okay, we have to take into consideration two elements. Okay, n is the total number of results that we might have. For example, in a deck of cards, we have 52 cards. So the total number of results that we can have if we take one card at a time, okay, is n. Okay, in this case, it would be 52. How many options do we have in a die? We have 6, from 1 to 6. Okay, now, when we have two die, or when we have two deck of cards, then we need to take into consideration more totals. Okay, but in this case, we're going to use n as 52 for a deck of cards, or as 6 for the answers in a die. Okay, and the other element is a. A is what we are looking for. Okay, A is the number or the result that we are looking for. Okay, so if we're looking for one result, in a die, for example, if we want the answer 3, then we're only using A as 1. But if I say, give me the probability of the even numbers in a roll of die, then that's different because we can have 2, 4, and 6. The same thing with the even numbers if we would have 1, 3, and 5. Okay? So A is the number of results that we're looking for, and N is the total number of results that can be in any given experiment. Okay? So let's put this formula into practice. Okay? Once we put it into an exercise, it gets a lot easier. Okay? So we have this example. Okay, this example can be found on the book. Okay, so that's why I chose this one, and we're going to use one that's not on the book. Okay, so we have 2 red marbles. Okay, I forgot to write marbles, but we're talking about marbles. Okay, so we have 2 red marbles, 1 white, and 3 blue marbles. Okay, they are placed all in one bag. Okay, so we're going to find the probability, find P for a marble chosen at random. Okay, remember when we're talking about random, that means that I can take it at any point, okay, and it can become any result. Okay, so we're going to find the probability for each answer. Okay, so let's do the first one. Okay, so we have 2 reds, 1 white, and 3 blue marbles. Okay, so we're going to find the probability to get a red marble out of the bag from the total number of marbles. Okay, so if we have 2 reds, 1 white, and 3 blue marbles, that means that in total, what do we have? Okay, so when we start working, okay, we place the formula. The probability of this event, okay, is going to be A over N. Okay. Now, what is the total number of marbles? We have 2 red, 1 white, 3 blue marbles. That means that we have 6 in total. Okay, so we start placing what we already know. Now, out of those 6 marbles, how many of those marbles are red? We have 2 reds. Okay, So when we place it, okay, what is the number that we're looking for? Remember? A, right? In the formula? The number of results that we're looking for is A. Okay, so out of the two reds, that's what we're looking for. Okay, so this is the probability of getting a red marble from the bag that contains 6 marbles. Can we simplify this fraction? Yes. Okay, we have 1 over 3. And if we put it into a percentage, okay, because we can also talk about the probability in percentages. Okay, so when we convert a fraction into a percentage, we divide 1 over 3, 0.33 times 100, and the probability is 33.3%. Okay, so we have the answer in 2 different methods. We have it in a fraction, which would be 1 out of 3, and a percentage, which would be 33.3. Okay, so this is the probability of getting a red marble out of 1 bag with 6 marbles in total. Okay, let's do the next one. We're looking for the probability that the marble is white, okay, for letter B. Okay, so we have 2 reds, 1 white, 3 blue. Okay, in total, we have 6. Okay, so we follow the same procedure. Okay, copy the formula. In this case, we're looking for white, A over N. Okay, so how many in total? 6. Okay, how many whites of that total? 1. Okay, so we can leave it in 1 over 6, or we convert it into percentage, which would be 1 over 6 is 0.16 times 100. That means that the probability of getting a white marble at any moment is 16.6%. Okay, and we have the answer in both forms. Okay, let's do the next one. Okay, the chances of getting a blue marble. Okay, so we have 2 red, 1 white, and 3 blue marbles. Okay, so if we have 3 blue marbles and the total is 6, that means that when we put it into the formula, okay, A over N, we're looking for blue marbles. Okay, so we have 3 blue marbles out of 6 that are in total inside the bag. Okay, we can simplify into 1/2, or we don't need the calculator for this one, 50%. Okay, because blue marbles represent half of the total content inside the bag. Okay, so that means that if we want to put it into fraction, we say that half of the time we will get a blue marble. Okay, because that's the total number of probability, okay, of getting a blue marble from the bag at any given point. Let's talk about the next one. Letter D. Letter D says, what is the probability of getting a non-white marble? Okay, so that means that out of the total of marbles that we have in the bag, what is the probability to get 1 marble that is not white? Okay, so in this case, we need to apply the logic of the opposite. Okay, because in letter B, we said that is the probability of getting a white marble. So that means that the opposite, getting a non-white marble, should be the other number. But we need to apply it into the formula. Okay, so the probability of this event, okay, it's always A over N. And if we have 6 marbles, how many marbles are not white? Okay, since white is only 1, that means that we have 2 reds and 3 blues. That means that the total number of options that we might have that are non-white are 5. Okay, so we put 5 over 6. Okay, that is the probability of getting a marble that is not white. So 5 over 6 is 0.83 times 100, to make it into a percentage, and we have 83.3. Okay, so this is the probability of getting a non-white marble. Okay, and if you notice, it's the opposite. Okay, because if we were to add these two numbers, we would have 100. Okay, let's look at the next one. A marble that is not green. Okay, now here we have to apply a little bit of logic as well. Okay, they're asking for the probability of getting a number that is not green. But we don't have a green marble inside the bag. So what do? What is the probability of getting a marble that is not green? Let's see. The probability of this event, A over N, how many options do we have that are not green? 6. What is the total number of options that we have inside the bag? 6. Okay, so that means that the probability of getting a marble that is not green is 100%, or 6 over 6. Because the total number of options, okay, is 6, and the marbles that are not green are also 6. But let's see what happens when they give us the opposite experiment. The probability of getting a green marble. Okay, total number of options is 6. And how many of those options are green? 0. Okay, we do not have a green marble. Okay, so that means that the probability of getting a green marble is 0, because we do not have a green option. Okay? Now let's do letter G. I'll put it here. Okay, letter G says red or blue. So that means that we have a combination now. It's not only about the red, and it's not only about the blue. Okay? That means that we have a combination. Okay? So what happens when we have a combination? Okay, because here they're asking what is the probability of getting either a red or a blue. So that means that either option would be good, but we have two options. Okay, so when we have more than one option, what we need to do, according to the properties of probability, okay, that means that we have to add them together. Okay, so we put them in separate. Okay, we can work them separately, but then we would need to add them together. Okay, so what is the probability for a red option? Okay, so we have 2 reds out of 6. Okay, and that is 1/3. Okay, and what is the probability of a blue? Okay, so we do probability of blue. Okay, and blue is 3 out of 6. Okay, so that means that we have 3 out of 6. Okay, and if we simplify, we have 1/2. Okay, so what do we do? Okay, when we have them, okay, together. Okay, here we do not add as if they were fractions. Okay, here I'm just putting them separately so that you see them, separately. But when we have the probability of red and blue, the total number of options is 6, right? And the total number of reds is 2. And the total number of blues is 3. So that means that getting either red or blue is 5/6. Okay? And if we know by just, without taking the calculator, we already have it here. That means that the probability of getting either a red or blue is 83.3%. Okay? And that's how we get the answers to this exercise. Okay? So, let's review. Okay? Everything comes from the formula, the probability of an event. Okay? And this formula, okay, the probability of any given event given that we have the options and that it's random, okay, is A, the number of results that we are looking for, and N is the total number of results that we can have. Okay? In this case, we have 2 red marbles, 1 white, 3 blue marbles. Okay, so that means that the total number of options that we might have is 6. Okay? We're also going to work some exercises with other types of, combinations. Okay, but this is very basic. That's why I wanted to start with this one. Okay, because we only have a total number of options, which is 6, and then we're looking for the probability of getting more. Okay, so make sure to check the exercises under this video. Remember that we're going to start working them and checking them, and in the virtual class that we might have, okay, I think with 11th grade is on Mondays, so we will do some exercises and check your answers in case you have any questions. Okay, so make sure to check out the next video. Okay, we're going to do some more.